Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about course validation. Okay, we'll start with why do a validation call interview, where to look to find your ideal client to interview, how to write your request for an interview on social media, and what targeted questions you need to ask them. Now, firstly, you ask why a validation call? That's a good question. I was a bit skeptical before doing my validation calls. I thought, oh God, I've already asked for feedback on my course topic. Why would I need to do this? I can tell you, if you have the right people to interview, you will find that they can be so insightful, and it's super important to listen to the feedback they give you on the call because it can really help you. I also found that some of the feedback I received is helping me to create lead magnets as well. Okay, so firstly, it confirms your course topic idea. You need to do up to at least 5 calls. It ensures you don't spend time creating a course to find that you don't have an audience, like no one's buying your course. You hear total crickets, and that's definitely what you don't want. 2 purposes of the calls are, firstly, what are their insights and fears? And secondly, confirm you're on target with your course topic. They're the 2 key purposes of the call. You need to make sure the course validation calls are in depth and approximately 20 minutes in length. They're really, honestly, please don't miss this part. It's key. And like I said, you'll find they're really useful if you ask the right questions and stuff, okay? You'll get some really good insights. And don't ever base your course topic on assumptions. Just because you see other people create a course or there's books on it, do these validation calls. If you are truly having a call with your ideal client, the insights they give you will be amazing. And I can't keep saying that. Or I can't say it enough. I think asking those questions and getting the right ICA to do the interview with you is just so helpful. Okay, nextly, we're going to, how do we find the ICA to interview? And this can be tricky, especially if you don't have a social media audience, or even if you don't have a mail list. You might find that this part can be a bit difficult. So what I suggest is posting to social media and to Facebook groups and also Instagram. If you don't have an audience, if you're posting into Facebook groups and Instagram, mostly Facebook groups, I would really ensure that these are groups that you're engaging with already. Okay, so if you're answering questions that people have in the group, and then you go in and ask them a question like this, you may find that they're a lot more helpful because they'll remember your name and they'll know that you've helped them before. I really don't recommend you just cold messaging into the group because a lot of people get really ticked off with it. They get sick of, people just coming in there and it's, trying to sell and whatever, trying to, promote their company. And yeah, a lot of people don't like it. So just be really careful with that part. Another thing is too, if you're following someone on social media with not too large a following, maybe send them a direct message and say, look, I see that you're my ideal client and this is what I'm proposing. Like, this is the course that I'm creating. I'd really like it if you could answer a few questions, even if they can't do a call. If they could answer a few questions by email, I mean, a call would be better, but just in case they don't have time, then answer questions by email or through the Instagram. You may also need to offer them an incentive because honestly, even if you do have an audience, getting 5 people to do the course validation call with you can be really hard. And you want to make sure you get the right people too. So I do recommend that, you do offer an incentive if they do the call with you. But in any case, if you offer it or not, you may find that the people that respond to your request for the interview may be wanting coaching or something. They might have another another idea for the call that, they're actually trying to get something else out of you. So just be really careful. If you pick the right people, they are so helpful. But if you don't, you really need to make sure from the very beginning of the call that you clearly outline what the call is about. And if they start to go off track, bring them back on track. And if they don't, then you really need to just end the call and just say, thanks for your time, but, you have to go, whatever it might be. But you don't want to waste their time. You don't want to waste your time, especially your time is valuable. You're trying to run a business. And the last thing you want to do is have someone who wants a coaching call with you. So just be really careful with that part. The next thing is a validation request post. So when you go into the group and you're asking for their help, these are two examples of posts. Hey there, I need your help. I'd love to hear your thoughts on something I'm working on. Is this you? You are blank between the ages of blank who is looking to blank but is having trouble with blank. If this is you, I would love to jump on a quick 20-minute call with you. I'm currently creating a new program and I want to make sure it's the perfect fit for those that I want to support the most. I'll be forever grateful. P.S. If this is not for you, but you know someone who fits the description, please tag them below. Another option is, hey there, I'm creating a course on blank. If this is something that would help you, I would love to chat. It will be a 20-minute Zoom call. If this is you, please message me. I'll be forever grateful. P.S. If this is not you, but you know someone who fits this description, please tag them below. Very simple. There are, two examples. You can change them around a bit, but they're, some good examples that you can use. Types of questions to ask. Now, this is really important to make sure you have targeted questions to make sure you get the right insights. Otherwise, I wouldn't say you're wasting your time, but you won't be getting the information you need to ensure you have the right course topic. And I think that's key. So really really targeted questions to ensure insightful responses. And here are a few examples. What are your biggest frustrations related to your course topic? Where do you feel stuck? Why do you think this has been a struggle for you? What have you already tried that has not worked? How would you feel if you could get a solution to this challenge? What would our life look like for you? If I could wave a magic wand and create a product that was perfect for you, what would that look like? Again, really targeted questions. You can add more to it. You can, change them around a bit, but there's some questions for you that are really, really targeted and will help you get the answers you need. And here's the call to action. So pretty much validation calls, please don't miss this step. It's really important part of the course creation process. So you think you've done the feedback on the course topic and you think, oh God, that's enough. I don't need to do these validation calls. Please do them. Super important. I've received great insights. Like I said, insights that were so good that will help me with creating a lead magnet. So you just never know. Post your interview request into social media. Okay, I've given you those two ideas for questions. You may need to offer an incentive for the interview. That's really good. And also just make sure that if you do that, because quite often you're dealing with people like globally that if you're giving them a gift voucher that you buy in their currency. So I went on to Amazon and I found it a bit tricky. So if I went in and bought someone from the US an Amazon voucher, I can't do it from the Australian website. Okay, you need to actually go into the website, the platform of their country to make sure it's in their currency and that they can buy it using their Amazon website. So it's a bit tricky. Ensure you ask really targeted questions. Target is key. Okay, otherwise you'll get the wrong insights back and it just won't be helpful to you. And these calls may be really daunting. I know because especially if you're not an extrovert, I'm, more on the introverted side. So having these validation calls were really daunting for me at first. But once you get the first one over and done with, the second one, it becomes a piece of cake. So make sure you stick with it, ask the right questions, and don't give up. If you don't have many people come back to you at first with interview questions, just keep going, keep asking. And make sure you're make sure you engage in groups, okay, before you actually ask these kind of questions, because you may find that not many people help you at first. Thanks.